It's not easy to quiet down when you're having so much fun talking to friends and colleagues, but I want you all to know how thrilled we are at this terrific turnout. We've had over 400 folks sign up, and it looks as if most of you have been here to help us celebrate 20 years of the work of the Institute of Peace. And so having our friends, our collaborators from various institutions around the country, our congressional supporters here, our board members, is just a real thrill and encouragement to us. I also want to note that we have here more than 50 diplomats from over 20 countries from around the world. I think many of you know that the Institute was not conceived as an operational organization, one that would be doing activities outside the country. Our primary purpose was and still is public and professional education here in the United States. But the world has changed, and the Institute has changed, and we've become involved in conflict management and peace-building activities in over 100 countries over the years. I don't want to get into great detail on those activities. We have the honor of some very senior supporters from Congress here tonight, and I want to turn to them in a moment. But let me just say that our special purpose here tonight is to give our appreciation to Congress for its foresight in establishing the Institute 20 years ago and for its increasing support of our work. Now, I've had over 30 years in public service, and I can tell you that it's not often that in that circumstance one has the opportunity to help build a national institution, an institution in the case of the Institute that is dedicated dealing with perhaps our greatest foreign policy and national security challenge. Indeed, a challenge that faces all of humankind, and that is getting control of international violence, learning to deal with conflicts by political and other non-military means. In times past, of course, military conflicts among states seemed just a part of the natural order of things. But today, of course, we live in a world threatened by weapons of mass destruction, a time of a weakened nation-state system and ineffectual international organizations. So if we fail to transform the way we deal with conflict, we and the world face a bleak future. Congress has entrusted the Institute with a heavy responsibility of trying to meet this challenge. And our creators, especially men of great vision, such as Senator Spark Matsunaga and Jennings Randolph, Congressman Dan Glickman, who we'll be hearing from shortly, saw the need for an independent federal institution that would transform the way we deal with conflict, that would train peacemakers. They foresaw the establishment of a National Peace Academy that would train professionals in the skills of conflict management, that wouldn't throw bottles at adversaries, just in the way that our military academies train professionals in the skills of warfighting. And the Institute has come some distance in meeting the challenge of professionalizing peacemaking, and tonight we want to reaffirm to our congressional supporters our commitment, our dedication to this great challenge, to the obligation of supporting Congress and the administration in the search for nonviolent ways of dealing with international conflict. And so we're especially honored tonight to have with us here leading members of Congress who have been active supporters of the Institute, and especially pleased that several of them have agreed to say a few words as we mark this 20th year of support.